What's good, family? Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the MySpace Effect, Building Influence and Impact. I want to deal with a little bit of a touchy subject tonight that circles around the dark side of leadership, and that is betrayal. You know, as a leader, the higher you rise, the more betrayal you'll face. Not because you're doing something wrong, necessarily. Elevation reveals what loyalty was real. It's something that either people have dealt with, currently are dealing with, or you're going to deal with. And I want us to have a mountaintop view so that we can, the words of R.C. Blake's, we can be on top and go higher. All right, let's get to it.
Sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and welcome to my space.
Welcome to my space. You did not have to come.
What is betrayal? Obviously, it is a violation of trust by someone who had access, loyalty, or relationship and choose to use it against you. It's not just someone doing you wrong. It's someone who was close enough to know better and still chose to switch up. And obviously, the core elements of betrayal revolves around proximity, trust, and violation. You break it down, you'll discover that, betrayal is not always loud. It's not always loud. It's not always, as they say, a knife in the back. Sometimes it's talking behind your back while smiling in your face, secretly rooting against you while clapping in public, leaving you hanging in moments they promised to cover you, and then often using what you told them in confidence as ammunition. Oftentimes I've learned that betrayal is the final blow before one's breakthrough, before their elevation, before leveling up, and I'm a witness to that. The burn, similarly to what Usher talked about, Gotta Let It Burn. I like that song. It's real, and it's personal too. Every real leader eventually faces betrayal, not necessarily disagreement, not constructive pushback, but I'm talking about full-on blindsiding, strategic sabotage. And what's so interesting about it is that, you don't get betrayed by people that's at a distance. You typically get betrayed by ones who you've invited to the table. You gave them your trust, you gave them your loyalty, sometimes even a platform, and then they flip. Betrayal is not always loud, as I shared. It's not. It's really subtle. It smiles in public and, again, slashes you in private. The closer they are, the more it costs. The closer they are, the more it costs. Betrayal can feel personal. You have to take a step back and really look at it from a different perspective, which is what I'm trying to give tonight. High impact people experience high level betrayals. It's a fact. So if you're experiencing high level betrayals, whether somebody tell you or not, just know that you are on your way and you will continue to make high impact. The more influence you carry, the more strategic the betrayal becomes. Why? Because leaders are targets because their decisions shift rooms, move resources, and elevate others. That is why the 3 core reasons leaders are betrayed are, for number one, envy of influence. People love your shine until they feel overshadowed by it. Huh? Am I talking good in here? Huh? Yeah. Love, it's all good until you level up, until they feel overshadowed. And then number 2, mismanaged proximity. Not everyone close to you is capable of carrying your capacity. You shouldn't feel bad about that. Sometimes people get stuck, they get paralyzed, because that's the beautiful thing about seasons in life. And I shared this before, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole with it, but it's just clear. You go through season, you see how people perform. When you come out of a season, it's time to prepare for the next one, whatever that looks like, whatever it evolves around. And if people have shown and proven that they're not able to carry your capacity, then you have mismanaged proximity. And now you have a decision to make. The third core reason why leaders are betrayed is because silent competition. They were never trying to serve, they were secretly trying to outshine. Huh? I'm talking good in here, huh? That's why some people are only loyal to your level, not your life. Growing pains. Hint, hint, growing pains. When you grow, leave that alone. But when you grow up, you're going to have some pains. Some people, they're great at your level, but when it's time to go higher, some people, you'll discover that some people are only loyal to your level, not your life. Believe it or not, betrayal is a back door to your next. I often say that our season of next is predicated to our faithfulness to now. So you can be faithful and then things can shift and happen in life that will move you to your next. And one of the things that happen is betrayal. It's a back door to your next. Why? Because sometimes betrayal is the only way God clears the room. You would have never cut them off, so the fallout did it for you. Huh? Huh? You wouldn't have done it. Now stop looking at the screen like that. Don't look at me like that. God had to do it. And that's why it's imperative to really sit back and be aware and have understanding and maximize the principle of wisdom, getting an understanding of things, because promotion often comes after pruning. Exposure is protection, and every loss isn't a liability. Some are luxury. Some folks need it. Okay. That's cool. I'm helping myself. That's fine. Oh yeah, this is a luxury. Oh yes, it's not always a liability. See, betrayal doesn't block the breakthrough. It often births it. Why? That betrayal that didn't break you built you. You just didn't know it yet. You just didn't know it yet. The wounds that come from that, it's our responsibility to make sure that we learn how to heal without hardening. Because bitterness, I'm dealing with a situation now, it has wounded me a great deal. Like it's very painful situations I'm dealing with. And because there's wounds, there is a temptation to take on a spirit of offense, to allow people. Sometimes people do things because they want a reaction out of you, to fall into a false narrative. Huh? I need somebody in the comments say, "Oh yeah, you talking good, Hersh. Trying to do the best I can. Thank you." Yeah. They want a reaction out of you so they can feel, oh, I got them. And to get what they want, but also to put you into a false narrative that has been created. As a result of that, I've learned that, leadership burnout doesn't come from the weight of the vision. It comes from the wounds behind the scenes. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. Oftentimes, that's what it's typically for me, it's been behind the scenes. It ain't really just been in public, but it's been behind the scenes. And that stuff is painful. Ooh, it's painful. But typically, most people, when it happens behind the scenes, they deal with it in a public fashion, and that can be tricky. But here's how you can avoid turning cold. Take time to feel it fully. Don't rush to healing. What you suppress will resurface. That's a fact. That's a fact. Don't sweep, as they say, don't sweep it on the rug. Some stuff, I wouldn't advise sweeping anything on the rug. But when it comes to wounds and pain and traumas, no. Feel it fully. Take ego out the way. There's nothing to prove. You need to be functional. You need to be okay. And don't generalize the guilt. One person's betrayal doesn't mean everyone is fake. You don't want to become cynical. See, people, that happens in relationships. Somebody hurts you, pain. If you get hurt by a man, every man a dog. If you get hurt by a woman, every woman's a dog. Don't let one person's betrayal cause you to paint a broad brush and become cynical. Because when that happens, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You want to learn how to let go of revenge fantasies. You're too valuable to get stuck proving a point to people no longer relevant to your future. Here's the thing. When it all settles, you don't really need revenge. Your growth is proof enough. Just keep going. Keep leveling up. Keep being faithful. Keep handling business. Keep being you. Keep being true to who you desire to be in a integral fashion. Because in the midst of that, what you're doing is you're moving towards a comeback that's already in motion as a result. Yeah. You don't have to clap back. Just keep building. People who betrayed you underestimated your bounce back. That's what's happened. And you was never dependent on their loyalty. You were just too loyal to see the signs. And that is not an indictment because some things are needed. Sometimes betrayal, hear this, sometimes betrayal is a detour, not a dead end. You just have to keep going. Some things won't make sense until you just keep going. Dealing with things like this, I promise you, dealing with things like this it's like what I talked about the other day about the loneliness of accelerated growth and leadership. This is another aspect of it, dealing with the dark side of leadership, to why leadership not only can be, but is lonely in many capacities. And it's even lonelier when you're wounded. You know, if you're bleeding from betrayal, watch this. I want you to hear me on this. Your comeback is already forming behind the scenes. You have to remind yourself, I was built for this. And this burn won't break you. It ain't gonna break you. It's just part of the story they'll wish they never wrote themselves into. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. You got to keep building. You got to keep leading. Your bounce back is going to be better than your breakdown. It really is. You got to keep that in mind. My time is up. My time is up. I try to keep this, as they say, laconic, short and sweet, because it don't take eternity to say something eternal. Please go back and listen to it again. Write some notes down. And just remember, they may have betrayed you. That's cool. But now you can watch God build you publicly. You don't always need closure. Sometimes you just need clarity. And your resurrection doesn't need their apology. Don't forget that. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Peace.